gratuitous nudity, graphic violence, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. What do we call that? Why, we call it heavy metal. Hey guys, what's up? It is November 2nd. That means October's over. Oh well. Well, as a horror fan, as all horror fans know, we don't limit horror movies just to October. But when I started this channel, it was right in the middle of October, and everybody was on their Halloween groove and their horror movies and stuff, and I just slipped right in there along with everyone else and just started with horror. So we'll be coming back to horror over and over and over again. But today I want to talk about the 1981 Canadian animated film Heavy Metal. This was produced by Ivan Reitman, who went on to direct movies like Ghostbusters and Stripes. Heavy Metal is a science fiction fantasy anthology film, and I remember I saw this very, very early in my life. I was like maybe 10 years old, and I watched it on Cinemax late at night, and this was the first time I had been introduced to the idea or that there was animation for adults. To me, if I heard animated, I just thought Disney, the Smurfs, Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry. But this was on. I was flipping through the channels and I found this, and immediately I was like, what is this? I've never seen a movie like this before. And the next thing you know, there's blood, there's guts, there's nudity. I couldn't believe it. So it opened up a whole new world for me that I never even knew was out there. Now, if you're not familiar with the film Heavy Metal, it's based on a 1970s, 1980s magazine, and the stories in the anthology all revolve around a mysterious orb, this green orb called the Lochnar. And at the beginning of the film, we see the wraparound story to the movie is this astronaut comes down from space, goes to his house, drives down the road, goes to his house, gets out of his car, walks in, meets his daughter. She's like, Daddy, did you bring me anything? He opens up the suitcase, and out comes this green orb that proceeds to melt him and then threaten the daughter. It backs her up into a corner and says in like a big, huge voice, I am the sum of all evil. And basically it just tells her that it's this terrible thing that everybody's been after for generations through different planets, different galaxies throughout history. Everybody's tried to catch and capture and control this Lochnar to sort of rule the world. So it tells the girl, look into me and see where I've been, see the things I've seen. So she looks into it, and that starts the whole anthology, all these different stories that revolve around this Lochnar. Now, there are several stories in the film that really stick out for me that I really love a lot. One of them is Harry Canyon. It's kind of like Taxi Driver meets Blade Runner. It's about a cab driver in the future and his encounter with this Lochnar. Then there's another story called B-17, which I really like a lot, which is about a World War II B-17 bomber that encounters the Lochnar and what happens with it. And then the final story is this epic fantasy tale called Tarna, about a Tarakian warrior, this woman who rides around like on this pterodactyl looking thing. But the animation is great. Some of it's a little bit lacking, but that doesn't matter. The whole movie is entertaining. If I had a problem with the film, it's that the last story is about 40 minutes long. I wish they had spent that much time on some of the other stories involved in the film, maybe flesh them out a little bit, because there's a lot of time in the movie spent with this last story, and some of the other ones are a little short. But it's got an excellent soundtrack, great songs, great music. Elmer Bernstein, who went on to write the music for Ghostbusters and several other Ivan Reitman films, does the score here. And the score is very similar to Ghostbusters. And just all in all, Heavy Metal is a really great animated film. Definitely blew me away when I was a kid. I mean, I just couldn't believe, blood, guts, and boobies. I never expected this in an animated movie. So, if you guys have seen Heavy Metal, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought. If you haven't seen it, you need to go check it out. You can find it. I'm sure it's streaming online somewhere on the internet. So, just until next time, everybody, take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.